I'm going to share with you right now the 5 secrets to health. Shh, don't tell anybody though, okay? There's 5 factors to being healthy, and if you have all those in alignment in your life, you're going to have a greater expression, a better chance of being healthier. One of the things I like to teach the people in my office is I'm not about pain, I'm not about your aches, I'm about increasing the vibration in your life. So we're going to go through the 5 factors, and I'm going to highlight one of my favorite ones, which happens to be nutrition. So I gave you the first one, which happens to be what are you eating? I want you to get back to eating food. Most people eat garbage and trash. We're going to get back to that one later. The other 4 factors would be happy, be thankful. Most people live in such a negative vibe most of the time, which creates dis-ease and disharmony in their body. Be happy, be thankful. Read stuff that raises you up and gets you to vibrate. Turn off the devil, or the TV set as I call it. The other thing that we need to do is what? We need to work out. We need to exercise. Your body was designed by God to move, and if you don't move, every system of your body suffers. Not only does your musculoskeletal system suffer, your joints, your bones, your lymphatics, which is your immune system, your gastrointestinal tract, your cardiovascular system, but the most important system that suffers the most when you don't get exercise is your brain and your nervous system. So if you want to know who you are when you get older, move every day. Because in the old days, the hunter-gatherer days, if you didn't move, you didn't eat. And if you didn't move, something else ate you. Arr, that's called survival of the fittest. The other thing that's super, 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 super important is you got to get proper rest, and you want to get into a regular rhythm, consistent, so that your body gets into that rhythm. Most people get sporadic sleep or not enough sleep, and you know what your body works best on. I work best on 6 to 7 hours of sleep. If I get too much, I'm groggy. If I don't get enough, I'm not as sharp as I want to be. So you're the best one to figure out what's the right amount of sleep for you. Other factors, one of the things I really teach people, we live in a flexion world. Everybody works on computers, we read books, kids play all these hideous toys, and that creates a flexion world. What I try to teach people is we need to work on extension. So it's all about posture, because if you maintain proper posture and you have proper alignment in your spine, guess what? Just like if you brush and floss your teeth, your spine's going to last longer. And if your spine lasts longer, there's a thing called the spinal cord inside your spinal column. If your spine's properly lined up and it gets normal wear and tear, or it lasts longer, then your nervous system, your brain's going to be able to communicate longer with all the organs. So if you maintain proper posture via a chiropractic lifestyle through chiropractic adjustments, traction, exercise, all the things that we teach in the office, then you know what? Your nervous system's going to last longer, and then you're not only going to live longer, but you're going to have a better quality of life. There's already studies that prove this stuff. Now, what I really want to talk about right now is food. Most people, to me, it's really obvious what is food and what isn't. So we're going to start, where do you ultimately get your energy? You ultimately get it from that big fireball in the sky, which happens to be what? The sun. And the best way to extract energy from the sun is through plants. So you want to eat foods as close to the sun as possible. The more that orange or that apple or that banana or whatever plant it is gets commercialized and processed, the less energy it has and the more toxicity and the more deficiency that it has. So that's why people in this country are so sick, is because part of the fact is most people eat garbage and trash that clogs up the system, that has no energy or no nutrition in it. The reason we have an obesity epidemic in this country is because people eat food that has no nutrition, and the body's going, dude, I still need like those minerals and those vitamins and these enzymes, and I'm craving these foods that I need. So people continue to eat, but they're still not getting any nutrition. So I want you to get back to eating more plants and eat less garbage and trash. Like most food clogs up your intestines. Like the average American has 22 pounds of paper mache stuck in their colon from eating all the white flour, curly fries, and all the garbage and trash that they eat. And when you clog stuff up, it creates stasis, it creates disease in the body. And then we eat all these abnormal fats that clog up the arteries and the veins, and that's why we have so much heart disease. Not to mention the fact that we've got to keep the power on, making sure that everything functions at 100%. So we want to eat plants, and we want to eat less foods. Okay, so one of the things you can do when you go to restaurants is split meals, and we don't need to eat as much. Some of the restaurants we go to, I see these plates that are bigger than the plates my mom used to put out for a family of 7. So we're going to eat as healthy as possible. One of the things I like to recommend to my people to do is to use a juicer. That way you can really extract as much energy and vitamins and minerals and enzymes from your food as possible. I also recommend people make smoothies for breakfast. That way you're getting all those, you can get tons of fruits, and then we pour in all the different greens, we pour in the nano reds, we pour in some omegas in there. You're just maximizing your nutrition. I've even stepped it up a little bit. Now we're starting to put like blue-green algae and spirulina. We put in maca, all these miracle foods, because if you want to vibrate at a higher level, you got to feed the body with jet fuel, Ferrari fuel. And one of the things I always teach people is the reason I never get sick is because, you know, I make my body vibrate. I make sure that I move every day. I make sure that I eat right. I make sure that I get adjusted. I make sure that the power's on 100%. I make sure I don't watch any TV. I don't want to have any negative imprints on my brain. I try to stay off the computer as much as possible because that thing can be a negative drain too. And then if you've got all these factors in alignment, you're going to vibrate at a higher level. And when you vibrate at a higher level, your immune system's stronger. So when that flu season and those bugs come for that flu season every year, the reason people get sick is not because of the bugs. They get sick because they're wimpy. They're vibrating at a lower level. Same thing's true if your immune system's vibrating at a lower level, then your body's going to be more susceptible to all disease, especially things like cancer. You're all creating 100 to 10,000 cancer cells a day, and if your body's super gnarly and you're vibrating at that high level, it nails it, and it will nail it and nail it and nail it. But as soon as your body vibrates at a lower level, then your body becomes susceptible to more infections. It becomes more susceptible to disease and sickness. So in review, the 5 things we want to do is we want to get back to eating food, mostly plants, drink lots of water. We're going to move every day. We're going to think positive thoughts. We're going to get into a positive, regular sleep style, and they're going to make sure that we maintain normal posture and proper alignment for maximum expression of nerve energy so that we can vibrate at 100% of our God-given potential. Signing off to your health. Rock and roll.